With that, we'll call to order our regular meeting of the Mason County Board of Commissioners for April 12th, 2022. We'll begin with our Pledge of Allegiance. Mark, if you'd please lead us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mark. Moving on to item number 3, roll call. If the clerk would please take roll.
1, Randy Netherland.
I'm here.
Commissioner District 2, Kevin Schutte.
Here.
Commissioner District 3, Sharon Trask.
I'm here.
Great. Very good. Thank you. Item 4, correspondence and organizational business. Item 4.1, if the clerk would please report the correspondence.
The Washington
State Liquor and Cannabis Board sent in the following. Liquor license application for Lakeland Village Golf Course, Inc. Special occasion liquor license for Allen Community Association, and a liquor license approval for Westside Pizza in Belfair. Janice Loomis sent in a Board of Equalization Advisory Board application, and the Washington State Department of Natural Resources is proposing to expand the boundary of existing Skookum Inlet Natural Area Preserve.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to item 4.2, we have a news release, County Road Herbicide Program Notice. Loretta, are you reading this one into the record?
Sure, Commissioners. Good morning.
Good morning.
Mason County Department of Public Works will begin the spring application of herbicides for vegetation control along county roads on or after Monday, May 2nd, 2022, weather permitting. For a detailed list of the roads affected by the herbicide application program, please contact the Mason County Department of Public Works at 360-427-9670 extension 450. Or visit the county website at www.co.mason.wa.us. Property owners that do not want the spraying to take place may enroll in our Owner Will Maintain program by contacting Public Works. Those property owners who have already enrolled in the program and designated their property as no spray will not need to contact the Public Works for this update. He will not be sprayed.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Loretta. Our next item is a recognition of Paige Hanson, who's retiring after 20 years of service to Mason County. And this is certainly a bittersweet moment today for us. Paige has been a dedicated public servant for Mason County and all of the residents of Mason County for each of those 20 years. And it's just been such a privilege to work with Paige during my 5.5 years at Mason County. And she certainly has left an indelible mark on all of us who've had an opportunity to work with her, whether they be in the auditor's office. She's a member of the auditor's office, so reports directly to the county auditor, but works closely with the commission and our staff on a variety of things, including budget preparation, and has just been such a tremendous team player, in particular these past 2 years as we've dealt with all of the issues, financial and otherwise, related to the COVID-19 pandemic. And so we're all going to take an opportunity here this morning to say thank you to Paige and to appreciate her years of dedicated service. And so we also have I think we signed a certificate of recognition for that we'll hand off after today's meeting. But I'll open it up first to Commissioners Netherland and Trask, and then if there are any other folks on here who've worked with Paige that would like to wish her well as she moves on to this next chapter, we'll go from there. But Commissioners Trask or Netherland?
Commissioner Trask.
Thank you. Can you hear me? I was having some issues with my speakers. So I wanted to thank Paige for her direction, for her humor. And so during the pandemic, Paige and I were fortunate enough, or I was fortunate to work with Paige with the CARES money, and then also with the ARPA funding. And that was quite the experience, both with the funding and with the
the pandemic. So it was all a great adventure. But without Paige, I think, no, I know I'd have gone crazy, I guess. And so I just really want to thank her for my 3.5 years. You were great guidance for me. I really did want to put more, now I'm going to choke up. Really did want to put more pennies on your scale, just so that you would have more days with us. But looking forward to seeing you more in the future, maybe not as stressed. So please stay in touch. Thanks, Paige.
Paige, you have been an absolute godsend to me as a commissioner and to this county. People will have no idea all the things that you've done, the extra hours that you've put in, the times where you pulled things aside and kept them aside in order to save us from this catastrophe or that catastrophe. As I know firsthand, in the beginning, it was funny. I will admit I was used as a tool, which is not a problem. I'm okay with that. She would put things together because I would ask questions and she would see I was onto something and something wasn't right. And she would put the things together to show me, because I only could visualize it, but I couldn't prove it. She was able to show me the actual information to show what exactly was happening so I could be better prepared to help fix some of the problems that we had in this county. And in the years in the past, we had many that we had to overcome. Her bravery, and I don't use that word lightly. There were so many times where she had to stand up and be counted, where I'm sure she would rather have sat down and be unnoticed. But she had to in order to save this county and to keep this county in a good financial position. She had to step up when all of a sudden the person that had the keys to the financial aspect of the county was no longer here, and we found out that nobody had the keys, and she kept things going and kept us alive. She helped me to weather many storms, and I'm not saying that lightly either, because there's been some where there were a lot of threats, a lot of different issues that came out, but I had the numbers behind me to show me that what I was doing was right. And as long as I had the numbers, I had to keep fighting and keep pushing to do what needed to be done. And I would never have even known all that if it wasn't for Paige. There are many times where things were challenged and I would show up at Paige's office and she'd have it already put together to give me the numbers so I could prove what I was saying out there, because what I was saying was right. And she had been working on that for a long time. Paige, you have saved this county in so many ways that people will never know, that I don't even know. But I know of quite a few where you did. And my friend, I'm so proud to have worked with you. I'm so honored to have been a part of whatever that team was that you were working with and putting together to save this county for all those years. And I can't tell you how much you are going to be missed, because the words will escape me and everybody else here. Just know that you are very well loved, respected, and I will say admired. Thank you so much for the service you've given to this county, the friendship you've given me, and the absolute warrior mentality you've had for the people of Mason County in order to protect them. God bless you, my friend, and thank you for everything you have done. And I did that without falling apart completely.
Great. Is there anybody else on the Zoom today that would like to say a few words to Paige before we give Paige an opportunity to say a few words to us? You can just Mark, go ahead.
So I've only been here since November, but I can tell you that I've worked in government for 30 years, and I've had the blessing of working with many people that truly meet the definition of public servant. And I can tell you in the short time that I've been here, I think that Paige is an excellent example of a public servant. Like the commissioners have mentioned, she cares more about how she's leaving the county in a better place than going to retire and have fun. And she's going to continue to think about this. I'm kind of interested in how long it's going to take her to kind of separate from work when she actually is able to focus on other things. And I know she has some some family obligations that she's going to be paying attention to right away. But I'm super hopeful that she gets to enjoy what she's truly earned. She is extremely knowledgeable about Mason County and their chart of accounts. I can tell you that when I was at Thurston County and we converted to a new accounting system and created a new chart of accounts, it was a team of people of probably 8 to 10, and that really worked pretty tirelessly on it. And Paige has a much smaller team here and really has taken on the task truly square on her shoulders, coming up with options and really understanding all of the details that most people never have to even think about. But super, super blessed to have had the opportunity to work with Paige. I'm going to miss her, and I'm going to hopefully she'll keep in touch with us and make sure that we're keeping on with the tasks that she's going to leave us. So congratulations, Paige. It's been a pleasure working with you, and I truly do wish you the best.
Thanks, Mark. Anyone else have a couple of words? Jen Byerly, I see your hand up.
Yeah, thank you, commissioners. So Paige is one of the most knowledgeable people I've ever worked with, and she is self-taught, and that is so admirable, and we're going to miss her so much. I've worked with her for many years, but really closely for the last 4 years, and she was one of the reasons that I came down from Public Works to work in the budget office, because I knew we worked really well together, and I just can't say enough for how much she's done for the county. And yeah, we're just all going to miss her so much. That the work she's done on the chart of accounts, I mean, it's just, I can't say enough about how there's nobody better, nobody that could have done it better. And I don't know what we're going to do without you, Paige. So good luck. I wish you the best in your retirement. Thank you.
Thanks, Jennifer. Any other comments from the group? Okay. Paige, is there any words you'd like to share with us today?
Well, if I can stop crying long enough. Yes, thank you. I'm overwhelmed. Oh, I gotta catch my breath. I'm so glad you guys can't see me right now. I just want to say I am grateful for my time here. Oh, I got to get myself under control. I've appreciated what I've learned here, and I've learned a lot, not only as an employee working here, but as a citizen that lives in this county and sees what goes on behind the curtain. Not a lot of us get to experience that. It's eye-opening. It really is. It's made me a better citizen here. It really has. I worked with fantastic people. I worked with junior taxing districts that I have lovingly called my kids for all these years. Adore them. Sometimes I want to wring their necks, but I adore them all. I have had the pleasure of working with all 3 of you commissioners on different tasks and different committees. You have all put up with my very irreverent, sometimes sarcastic sense of humor. It's just how I do it. And sometimes inappropriately so, but that's me. You've all smiled. Sometimes probably thought, oh, no, Paige, not now, not now. I am grateful for everything that has been done for me here at this county and the opportunities that have been afforded me by my coworkers in financial services, by the budget office, and by the commissioner office. Anytime I decided to stick my nose in someplace where sometimes it might not have belonged, it was usually welcomed, or politely, yes, thank you, Paige. Okay, well, we got this now. But I am just so very grateful. And I will, as Mark said, have a hard time disengaging. I will be dreaming about chart of accounts numbers for at least 6 months, at least. But I just want to say thank you to all of you. Thank you for the friendship. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the leadership. Thank you for the respect you've shown me And I hope you felt that respect for me to you as well, because it is definitely there.
Thank you so much, Paige. Definitely look forward to getting to spend a little bit more time with you this week, and wish you all the best. Again, thank you for everything. Okay, with that, we'll move on to item 4.4. We have a proclamation for National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week. Scroll down here for a second.
I think Commissioner Schutte might have froze.
I think everybody froze for a moment, but we're unfroze now. Sharon's door opened, and in the picture, she was still sitting in the chair. So
You were frozen, Commissioner
Was I?
Schutte. Yes, you were.
Oh.
So we did not hear any of the proclamation that you're probably already through.
Yeah, well, darn, huh? So anyway, we will be adopting a proclamation today for National Public Safety Telecommunicators Week.
Did we lose Randy?
What's that?
Did we lose Randy?
Oh, I think we might have lost Randy as well. I know he's supportive of the proclamation, so it's not that.
There he is.
Commissioner, welcome back.
that was interesting. The place I just went to, nobody will ever know.
All right. With that, we'll move on to item number 5, open forum for citizen input. If there are any members of the public that would like to address the commission on items not on today's agenda, they can do so at this time. Just use the raise hand feature on Zoom, and Cheryl will recognize you. About a 3-minute time limit for comments. Any members of the public having comment? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to item number 6, adoption of today's agenda.
Mr. Chair, I move for adoption of today's agenda as presented.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to adopt today's agenda as presented. Any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Item 7, approval of minutes. There are no minutes for approval this morning, so we'll move on to item 8. It's approval of today's action agenda. Commissioners will read through the items on today's action agenda, which time commissioners or a member of the public may ask questions or have an item removed for a separate discussion and vote. This morning, we'll go with Commissioner Trask. If you'd please take items 8.1 through 5, Commissioner Netherland 8.6 through 10, and I'll take the remainder.
Great. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Item 8.1, approval of warrants and treasurer electronic remittances. Claims clearing fund warrants number 8087047 through 8087348 in the amount of $1,326,565.66. Direct deposit fund warrants number 85667 through 86055 in the amount of $789,280.06. Salary clearing fund warrants number 7006546 through 7006569 in the amount of $521,192.16. Treasury electronic remittance in the amount of $158,443.60. Item 8.2, approval to pay Nicole Wilson, Risk and Safety Compliance Manager, 10% leave pay effective March 16th, 2022, due to the resignation of the Human Resources Director. Item 8.3, approval for the Sheriff's Office to purchase less lethal 40mm hardware and ammunition from county funds with a budget amendment in the first budget amendment transfer in June 2022. Item 8.4, approval of the resolution declaring TK Elevator Corporation as sole source to replace the elevator doors in the Mason County Jail elevator. Item 8.5, approval to sign the 2022 oath of credit card inventory as required by RCW 43.09.2855 and resolution number 10-18.
Mr. Chair, item number 8.6 reads approval to issue a request for proposals, RFP for labor and employment services. Item number 8.7, approval of the Juvenile Detention Alternatives Initiative, JDAI implementation county amendment number 01 for state fiscal year 2022 and 2023. Item number 8.8, approval to extend Carl Bud Olson's 10% lead pay for an additional 12 months. Item number 8.9, approval to set a public hearing for Tuesday, May 10th, 2022 at 9:15 a.m. regarding an application to the 2022 Community Development Block Grant, CDBG, for the proposed Evergreen Estates Water Project. Item 8.10, approval to set a public hearing for Tuesday, May 10th, 2022 at 9:15 a.m. regarding amendments to administrative requirements within Title 16 plats and subdivisions.
Item 8.11, approval of the resolution to set a hearing date for road vacation number 412, lot of number north of lot 7 of plat of Maddings Sunny Shore Edition number 3, with the hearings examiner for Wednesday, May 25th, 2022 at 1 p.m. Item 8.12, approval of the resolution replacing resolution number 61-13, updating the solid waste utility fees to increase each year by the amount of the August to August consumer price index for the Seattle Tacoma Bellevue area. Item 8.13, approval of the resolution for County Road Project 2037 Sunnyside Road, County Road Project 2038 California Road, and County Road Project 2039 Kelly Hall Road, and County Road Project 2040 Sunny Slope Road projects converting gravel road to chip seal. Item 8.14, approval of the following American Rescue Plan Act projects: signing bonus for the corrections deputies up to $30,000, prosecutor's office second floor expansion for $75,000, and public works grinder pumps for $151,273. Item 8.15, approval for the county administrator to sign the agreements for the following ARPA projects: up to $100,000 for the Housing Authority of Mason County with an approved agreement and scope of work, and up to $35,000 for the Arc of the Peninsulas with an approved agreement and scope of work. Item 8.16, approval to sign the letter of support for the Mason County Economic Development Council to use for initial communication with prospective developers. Item 8.17, approval to sign the letter of support for Mason County Public Utility District Number 1's 2023 budget appropriations request to fund the Hood Canal Highway 101 broadband project. Commissioners, having read through the items on today's action agenda, are there any items that you have questions on or would like removed for a separate discussion and vote?
Just comments when the time comes, Commissioner.
Commissioner Trask? Okay. Members of the public, having read through the items on today's action agenda, are there any questions on items or ones that you would like to have removed for a separate discussion and vote? If you need to get my attention, please do so by using the hand raise feature. Okay, seeing none, I would entertain a motion on today's action agenda.
Mr. Chair, I move that we approve items 8.1 through 8.17 as written.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve items 8.1 through 8.17 as read. Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Commissioner, if you'll indulge me, I want to thank Nicole Wilson for stepping up to do what needs to be done in our HR department. And I also want to thank Bud Olson, Carl Bud Olson, which is funny because I always look back when I started getting this email from this guy named Carl Olson, and I knew him for 20 years through the Pee-wees as Bud. And I was like, who the heck is this guy, Carl Olson? Where's he come from? And it turned out to be Bud after all those years. But I also want to thank the commission for moving forward on the approval of the sheriff's office to purchase less lethal 40mm hardware and ammunition. The reason why is everybody knows this state has made it very, very difficult for law enforcement to do their jobs. And it is wonderful that our commission always understands that and tries our best to give them the tools that we can to protect them so that they can go home and they can also use it to protect others. And doing it in a less lethal form is always a good thing. It's a great investment, in my opinion. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Allen. Commissioner Trask, any comments?
I would echo those comments and also add the ARPA item 8.15 the ARPA projects. I spent 30 minutes on the phone with Chris Tibbs yesterday so that we could both understand what each other needed. Come to find out that they are opening up an office in Mason County, real close to Shelton. So I was not aware of that, and appreciated my talk with him. And so now he understands where I'm coming from, and I understand where he's coming from. I've always valued the ARC and the work that they do. So it's good to have that understanding.
Great. Thank you. If there's no other discussion, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed? And the motion carries. Moving on to item number 9, other business. Are there any department heads or elected officials who would like to address the commission at this time? Do so by raising your hand. Okay, don't see any. We'll move on to item number 10, our public hearings. We have item 10.1, a public hearing to surplus county-owned real property, parcel number 32007-13-00050, located off Johns Prairie Road, and ask staff Jennifer Byerly to brief.
Thank you, commissioners. I'll go ahead and share my screen. I have the parcel map up. Okay, so as you stated, this is a public hearing to surplus county-owned real property, parcel number 32007-13-00050, located off Johns Prairie Road. The parcel was purchased by the county from S&P Properties and General Partnership for $1,742.24 on February 6, 1990. The parcel is approximately 0.20 acres, and according to the 1990 warranty deed, it's 8,928.48 square feet. But a recent survey by the county survey department indicated that it was about 0.21 acres or 9,008.28 square feet. The planning department has expressed that as a standalone parcel, it is likely not a buildable lot. The parcel is located in the county urban growth area, and city water is in the right of way. And the parcel is adjacent, as you can see, to, it's a triangular shape here, and it's adjacent to parcel number 32007-14-90011 and 32007-13-00000. So any questions?
Commissioners, any questions for staff? Okay.
No.
Any members of the public have questions for staff? You can do so by raising your hand on the Zoom screen or unmuting and saying your name. The chair will recognize you. Any questions? Okay, seeing no questions, we'll close the question and answer portion of the hearing and move on to public testimony. Again, this is for members of the public to provide testimony on item 10.1. If you'd like to make comment, unmute yourself and state your name and the chair will recognize you, or use the hand raise feature on Zoom. Are there any members of the public for comment? Any members of the public for comment? Okay, seeing none, we will close the public comment period on item 10.1 and move to commissioner deliberation or motion.
Mr. Chair, I move that the Mason County surplus, the county-owned real property, parcel number 32007-13-00050, located off Johns Prairie Road.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded to approve the surplus of county-owned real property, parcel number 32007-13-00050, located off Johns Prairie Road. Commissioners, any discussion? Hearing none, I'll call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? And the motion carries. Moving on to, we'll close our public hearings and move on to item number 11, which is our board's calendar and reports. Begin with Commissioner Netherland, Commissioner Trask, and then I'll finish up.
Thank you, Commissioner. I attended the left board meeting, Law Enforcement and Firefighters Board, Peninsula Regional Transportation Organization. We had a community open house at Sand Hill to discuss different opportunities for improvements at the park. We had a public hearing for the extension of the sewer in North Mason Belfair. We had our WASAC briefings that we all attended together. I had the honor of being invited and attending another making of an Eagle Scout. I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm always impressed with that. I always have been. I've had many different companies. I've been a director of many different nonprofits companies. I've hired a lot of people. And I got to tell you, whenever I see Eagle Scout on the list, it automatically grabs my attention and it puts it at the top of the list. I'm just one of those. But it's something I just found out. I'd like to share that they have a gold level for the Girl Scouts that have to work just as hard. And I never knew that, and I've never seen that put on an application, but I hope to see that someday put on an application, and I will give it the same reverence that I do for Eagle Scout, considering it, from what I'm actually finding out, it's actually harder. So what a concept. So great respect for them, and hopefully we see that on an application soon. Coming up, Olympic Regional Clean Air Authority. I'm going to be meeting also with the developers at the North Bay Church. There's been some issues that they've been dealing with in trying to get their stuff finished, and they've asked for me to attend for mediary between the organizations. I will also be attending the fish fry at the big event at Union City out in the Potlatch area. Peninsula Regional Transportation Organization Executive Board meeting. Paige Hanson, as we've talked about, will be retiring. We will all be at that, I hope, and we'll be seeing each other, but will not be conducting business. Olympic Regional Clean Air Authority Finance Committee meeting, Mason Transit Authority, Mason County Housing Authority, and I will be attending a fundraiser. I understand that somewhere in between the next few weeks, there may be a debate at the Women's Republicans, and if that's the case, then I have a feeling that Commissioner Trask and myself will both be there, but there will be no business conducted.
Thank you.
All right, so let's see, I spent about 5 days at home, rather relaxing. I have a lunch meeting today with a couple from the Thurston Chamber. Turning Point Power the Purse Committee meeting. Wednesday, we have our local emergency management planning meeting, a Public Works Board traditional committee meeting, business after hours at the Skookum Creek, courthouse security meeting. We're hoping to get a meeting scheduled with the Humane Society, but that's still up in the air, but soon, hopefully. Public Works Board executive committee meeting, a DNR beneficiary meeting, coffee with a constituent, and we have Paige's retirement. Don't forget Sunday is Easter. And then Monday we have our EOC meeting, our briefings, WASAC virtual assembly, meeting with the chamber. We have our Mason Transit Board meeting on Tuesday, LTAC meeting on Wednesday, Turning Point Board meeting, and then you are right, there is a debate coming up. I will be speaking at the Shelton Rotary, and again, Public Works Board Executive Committee meeting. United Way is having a fundraiser at the Port of Allen, so I will be at that also. And then we're back on Monday the 25th for our EOC meetings, county briefing, WASAC, and let's see, I think on the 25th also is the Mason County GOP meeting. Then we're back on Tuesday, the 26th for our commission meetings.
Great, thanks, commissioners. Moving forward after today's meeting, I have a Alliance for a Healthy South Sound local integrating organization action agenda meeting that I'll be, or action agenda workshop that I'll be participating in part of. Have my MACECOM board meeting today where I'll take our signed proclamation over and share that with the hardworking dispatchers at MACECOM. Also this evening, I'll be attending the South Sound YMCA's annual campaign event wrap-up. They're hosting it this year at Little Creek Casino, and just couldn't be prouder of this community stepping up to support the YMCA with raising more than $50,000 in the past month to support kids and families at the Y. Just a tremendous show of support from the community there. Later on this week, have back-to-back meetings of the Transmission Corridors Work Group, have an IT Steering Committee meeting, Mason Transit Operations and Maintenance Committee meeting, EDC Board meeting, meeting with Lydia Buhite from Public Health to talk about a couple of issues. We'll try to make Paige's retirement celebration on the 15th. Also have back for briefings, Hood Canal Coordinating Council meeting. Also plan to attend the forum that's upcoming. Have a meeting with Chief Bakken and Abe Gardner from North Mason Regional Fire Authority, as well as the Thurston Mason VH ASO Governance Board meeting. Have a meeting with Congressman Kilmer back on the 25th for our briefings again, as well as my regular check-in with staff leadership at the Thurston Mason VH ASO before our next commission meeting on the 26th, and definitely want to echo Commissioner Trask's wishes for everyone to have a happy and blessed Easter, and for those celebrating Passover to have a good Passover as well.
Mr. Chair, there's something I forgot, if you don't mind, I'd like to add. I did also attend, I couldn't read my writing, I did also attend an open house on the Agate Loop Road, but I want to say that in 2 days, my family has a celebration, a very special celebration. On the 14th, it is my 11th year anniversary from when they found I had stage 4 esophageal cancer. And we celebrate that as an anniversary for many different reasons. One of which is, you know, of course, that I'm still here, but it has turned out to be a blessing in so many different ways. And I want to say every week I spend time getting chemo, just one bag where I used to have 14. But with that comes a blessing of sitting with so many other people and talking to them and working together to lift each other up, that it really truly has turned into a blessing. And there's so many beautiful things that came with it. So again, I just wanted to point that out there and to thank my family for all their support. So yeah, 11 years on the 14th. So God bless everybody for Easter as well and Passover. Thanks, Commissioner.
Thanks for sharing that with us, Commissioner. Appreciate that. I hope you enjoy the day. I know you will.
I will.
And then just, I guess one thing I accidentally left off as well is I may be at the Rotary meeting that Commissioner Trask is speaking at. We're happy to welcome Commissioner Trask to Shelton Rotary as a guest. So commissioners, if there is no other calendar or board report, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded that we adjourn. Any discussion? Hearing none, call for the vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Hi, Kelly.
All those opposed? Motion carries. All right.
Funny how he just pops on once in a while.
Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.